our stance. So we're going to have our feet about shoulder width apart, pointing forward. Our pelvis is nice and relaxed. Our chest is open, our chin slightly tucked. And then we have our silver thread pulling us up nice and tall into the sky. We're going to start with some nice abdominal breathing. I encourage you to use the 4-4-8-4, the 4 count for the inhale, the 4 count for a hold, the 8 count for a sigh, opening your mouth and exhaling for 8 counts, holding for 4. I'm going to encourage you to do about 5 of those and then continue with some nice deep breathing as you work into that practice. And another thing I'd like for you to do is let's first of all, before we start that practice, let's visualize the roots growing deep throughout of our feet into the earth, keeping us nice and strong and firmly rooted in our practice. All right, so let's try the 4-4-8-4 for 5 breaths. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold, 4, 2, 3, 4, and then just on your own. Just some nice deep breathing, tuning in, letting go of all of those to-do lists, all the things about the past that you're rethinking. Let that go. All the wondering about the future, just let that go right now. Tuning in to the present moment, to what your body's feeling, where your mind is, just tuning in, being present. All right, shake it out just a little bit. All right, let's start with knocking on the door of life, moving from our hips and our waists, allowing our arms to just knock gently along our door of life, our chi belt, activating those pressure points, those meridian lines, opening up our spine in this nice twist. Feeling firmly planted and rooted into the earth with that strong foundation. Now up toward the chest, activating our immune system and our respiratory system. Remembering to breathe. Now up over the shoulder, activating that gallbladder meridian, releasing any tightness or tension in that area, seeing if your shoulders are nice and relaxed. Moving back down now toward those lung points, activating that immune and respiratory system. And now at our waist, slowing it down, slowing it down, tuning in to the air against your hands. Feeling the clothing against your skin. Feeling your feet on the earth, on the floor. It's such a wonderful time right now when we can begin to practice outside. Just being out in nature and practicing Qigong is just such an incredible experience. Just pulling up that earth energy, grasping all the energy from nature and from the universe. Slowing it down, tuning into your body now. Let's start at our head, noticing if we can relax our skull a bit more. Maybe you want to lift your eyebrows a bit and then drop them. Feeling that space between your eyebrows, that third eye point widening and relaxing. Tuning into your temples, seeing if you can relax those even more. Relaxing your jaw. Tuning in now to your neck. Can you relax it even more? Your shoulders, they dropped and open, feeling your chest open. And just tuning into the rest of your body, seeing if there's any places where you can release any of the tension. Tuning in and just being present right now, right here, noticing your body. Take a nice deep breath and relax. All right, let's open up our spine from the front and the back with spinal cord breathing. Inhale, opening up that chest, feeling your shoulders. Your arms are relaxed, just feeling them drop back with that shoulder blade coming together, the shoulder blades coming together in the back. Exhaling as we come forward and bringing in our pelvis. Inhaling up, opening that up, feeling our spinal cord just opening up there, our spine opening up in the front, and now giving us more space in the back of the spine. Inhale, exhale, really let it out. If you've got any energy right now that's not serving you well, just exhale it out with a nice sigh. Right now, we are in the season of summer, which is the fire element associated with the heart and the small intestine. And what we often have happen in the summertime is we become more active. And so we might need to bring that heart energy down some so that we're not all in our head. 3 more. Really feeling where that's opening up. Feeling it in your low back. Just letting go of anything you don't need anymore. All right, very good. Just shake it out a little bit. Let's just do a couple waist circles here. So you can have your hands wherever they're comfortable. If you want to, you can have your thumbs back here, and as you move, you can press your thumbs in different places, noticing if there's any real places that stick out to you, and then just maybe work that out a little bit without pain. It might be sensitive, but you don't want it to be painful. And just opening that up a little bit. I like to go right down there by my hips with my thumb, just poking in there, finding those places that may be a little sensitive. Just opening up our hips, our waist, and now the opposite direction. Okay, very good. And before we start the 8 pieces, let's do our balance right now. I've got a new one I'm working on. I'm not quite, don't have it down well enough yet to share it, but it's called Dragonfly, and it's really, it's a little challenging, but I think you'll like it, and we'll do that in the next couple times after I get it down a little better. But this one, let's work on our hips and open that up a little bit. And so we're going to do the hip swings. So we're going to shift our weight to, I'm going to shift, mirror it for you. I'm shifting my weight to my right leg. And then I'm taking my left leg and I'm pointing my foot toward the right. And then I'm going to point it toward the left, bring it up and down. Then I'm going to weight shift and turn my foot pointing toward the left, pointing toward the right, up and down. And then we'll make it a little faster. I really like this one if I've been in the car for a while. It's been my fill up the car with gas little routine. And just is a really nice way to open up those hips. It helps with our balance. If you need to, you can hold on to the white tiger's head, or you can find something to help you balance. And that focal point is also helpful too. Opening those hips, working your knees, strengthening the legs, and of course, working with our balance. One more on each side. 1 and 2. Shake it out. All right, we're going to start now with the 8 pieces of the Silk Brocade. And it is called this because of the very beautiful pieces of silk brocade and just the nice smoothie silk movements that we'll be doing in this practice. It helps to combat stress, it increases energy, and it helps us to discover flow. It helps soldiers way back when clear their stress and regain their composure and help them become more focused and clear. And so we're already in our own battles, sometimes battling with our worries about the future, our anxiety about the past, and allowing some of those battles to get in our way. So this is a nice way of working that out. And there are about as many forms of 8 pieces of the Silk Brocade. They're similar to one another. They may be in and out of different orders. They may suggest you do different numbers and so on. What we're going to practice today is a combination of about 3 different people that I've worked with that the way that it was done. So this is my version of the 8 pieces of the silk brocade. So we're going to stand with our normal stance. And the first one is called 2 hands support the heavens. And what it does is it benefits our triple warmer, which is the head and the torso. So this is our area that we're going to be working with here. And this is really the balances, it creates the balance in our heart and our head and our body. And so it's a clearing and a releasing. So I want you to think of that as you're doing this, that you're clearing, you're letting go of things you don't need. It helps to increase our blood circulation. So I'd like for you to visualize the blood flowing freely. It evens our thermostat, and it helps us learn how to act appropriately in any given situation. So the movement is that we're going to bring our hands up the midline. When they get above the head, we're going to interlace our fingers, and we're going to push our palms up to the universe and stretch that really high. We're going to bend over to the left, pushing out our hands. Bend over to the right. Come here and come down. Now, I've added a piece to this one that we can add to this, and that is we come up here. And one of my teachers here, when she went here, rather than going back and forth like that, she turned. And I like this. This is how I do it. This is a practice that I do most every morning. And then she had us take our wrists out like this, and then come down. So that's the one way we're going to do it today. So we've done 2 now, so let's do 10 more. And I'm going to just quit talking, and we're just going to get into this practice. So visualize the circulation and so on. Inhaling up. And sinking a little bit there. 2. Now you can either bring your hands down the center or you can bring them out the side. It doesn't really matter. I think that's number 12. And then just take a moment to gather your breath, to tune in. Check and see if you can relax any parts of your body a little bit more. Check your stance. This next one is separate sky and earth. And so we're going to be moving our arms, the movements like this, where we're going to have our arms, one arm's going to be, or one hand is going to be facing the universe and one below. And then we're going to exchange our hands. This is good for the stomach and the spleen, and it helps to tone our core. And when we raise our hands, we're conditioning the spleen. It helps us become more stable and balanced. Sometimes if we're ungrounded or anxious, extra needy, this might help with that a little bit. Sometimes if we're overthinking, this can kind of help regulate that. It just balances and sustains that balanced mind and a balanced body. And so when we release our arms, we're releasing and clearing as well. So think of our stomach and spleen, think of being balanced and clearing anything we don't need anymore. So the movement is we're going to come up and bring one hand up our midline and then stretch it there, and the other hand is palm down to the earth. So it's like we're separating sky and earth. We're pushing earth away, we're pushing the universe away, the sky, and we're going to windmill down and sink in our legs and then rise up on the exhale. Inhale, exhale. So that's the movement. So now we're going to start the count. We're going to do 12 of these on one on each side. All right, or 12 on each side. So 1, 1, 2, exhaling, keeping in mind our stomach and spleen. And now I'm just going to be quiet as you go into that, tuning into your body. You guys look great. I have this one as 11. And then 12. If we want, we can clear between each one. Number 3 in this practice happens to be bend bow and shoot target. We're going to take a little wider stance here. Whatever's comfortable for you, go as wide as it's comfortable. The wider you go, the more of a workout you're going to get in your legs. And again, you know, I don't have a real good range of motion here. But bend bow, shoot target. This is called a horse stance. And we're going to squat a little bit. All right. And where this works with our liver and our heart and our lungs. The liver works with our eyes and our vision. That's the archery. We're going to be pulling the bow. And so you just are looking at that vision that you might have. And so we're looking out at what we want to achieve, what we'd like to have in our lives. And the precision of our gaze as we're looking at that target that we're about to shoot. The intention also is that it strengthens our heart, and our heart helps us often to come up with a clear idea of where we want to go. That's where, again, this movement comes in. So we're looking at where we want to go. We're visualizing it. We're feeling it in our hearts. And then our lungs give us that opportunity of inspiration and helping us to aim true to what it is that we want and to hit that accurate mark. So it's calling on our heart's intention and to find and to work for what it is that we want. And so the movement is we're going to put our elbows together and sink into the move, okay? And then we're going to rise up, and I'm going to point to the left. I've got my ring finger, my pinky and middle finger in. It's like I'm shooting here. So my thumb is up, and I'm pulling the bow and looking, and that's where my gaze is going. So that's what I'm looking for, my intention. And I am shooting toward that target that I have, the intention that I've created. So we're going to like this and exhale, inhale, sink, and pull that bow and shoot that target you're aiming for and shooting that target, reaching your goal. This is 2. We're going to do 12 on each side. So 3. Inhale, coming to the center. 3. Two more on each side. Last one. And release. Did I do one extra? I don't know if I did an extra one or not. Anyway, doesn't matter. All right, this next one is called Looking Back to Eliminate 5 Fatigue and 7 Illnesses. I don't know what those 7 illnesses are, but I'll take it and go with it. What we're working here is that we're working with our mind. We're working with the things that are going to help clear up our intuition, the things that we want to release, like any kinds of chronic tension in our neck and back. It helps to release here the neck and the shoulders. So that's our intention right now, is to just think about our neck and our shoulders and seeing if you can relax those even more as we work with the exercise. All right, so our arms are down, okay? And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna rotate, the movement is that we're gonna rotate our hands back like that, so that our palms now are sort of almost as out to the side, if we can do that. And we're going to alternate our head looking back. Now, another thing with this one is if you keep your eyes open, also exercise your eyes a little bit. So that activates the liver and it helps to strengthen our eyes. And so when we're turning to the right, lose your eyes to look right. We're going to sink, our palms come down to the earth. We're going to rise up as our arms go. We're going to go the other side and look and have our eyes looking behind us if we can. All right, so that's the movement. And so a nice stance here, relax your body a little bit. And we're going to inhale and turn to the left. Exhale, sinking a little bit, palms down. Rising up, inhale, looking behind you on the right. Exhale, coming down to the center. So we'll count this one 2. Exhale. 2. Exhale. Relax your neck. See if you can relax it even more. Two more after this one. Very good. Shake it out. It's clear. This one is called Bending Over and Wagging the Tail to Calm Our Heart Fire. So this is a good one right now for where we are in the summer season. It's again that horse stance, so a little wider stance, all right? And this works with any kind of overexertion we may have in our heart. If we're feeling burnt out, what I want you to do is like visualize that warm red light filling you with kindness and harmony and balance. And so this helps us to feel more balanced. And this is the way that the movement goes. We're going to bend over a little bit, and then we're going to just look over our left leg. And again, using your eyes will activate the liver too and strengthen our eyes. Keep them open and look as far back as you can. All right, so we're going to scoop over here, rise up a little bit, come down the center and go to the other side. So that's 1, 2, exhaling down. Or you can, let's see, I'm trying to remember what the breathing pattern is here. Yeah, I guess you can exhale as the stretch and inhale down. No, I've lost count. So let's count this one. 5, 4. I have 11 and then 1 more. Coming down to center, you can bring your legs in a little bit if you want to, and then bend your legs and slowly roll up. And then let's clear. This next one works with our kidneys. It's called 2 hands, climb the legs. And it's our Jing essence. And what we're going to do here is we're going to just work on our lungs and to strengthen what the energies that we use each day. It's works with the water element, our kidneys. And so that works with our willpower and our inner strength, our belonging. It brings in, just think of the qualities of water. There's stillness and silence, yet there's also sometimes the tides and the rushing. And so we're going to just bring in the qualities of the water, and we're going to use it to help activate more of our stillness and the silence within us. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to put our hands back on our kidneys, and we're going to rub a little bit there. Okay. And then we're going to slowly glide down the back of the legs, paying attention to that kidney 1 point at between the balls of your feet. We're going to go over the top of our feet, come up, bending our legs, up the inside of the legs, up our torso, and here to this kidney point here. I think it's 27. So we've got the bubbling springs on the bottom of our foot, kidney 1 that's being activated. And then we have the kidney, I believe it's 27 right here. That's kind of underneath our collarbone, more in the center. Remember, our lung points are over here. This is more of the kidney point. So activating stillness and balance and ease. So we're going to start this one with number 2. So rubbing, sliding down, coming up, inhaling, and activating our kidney points. Inhaling up. I have this one is 10. 12. Clearing. Shaking it out a little bit. This next one, we're going to be working with our liver, which happens to be, if our liver's out of balance, we might sense more anger. So we're going to punch with an angry gaze. So I want you to get rid, I mean, anger can be healthy and unhealthy. We want to get rid of the unhealthy anger. It helps us to get an appropriate balance in our lives. And we don't want it to manifest in anything that could be hurtful to us, which sometimes might be arthritis and so on. And so this move also helps with that. It reduces our stress. It strengthens our concentration. It helps to prevent, like, as I mentioned, arthritis. And so it's also a release. So the way that we're going to do this is we've got our arms right here in front of us in a fist. And then we're just going to inhale. I rise up a little bit, inhale, and then punch. Inhale. So we put our hands, our palm is up, and at the very end, you turn your wrist over. Did you like my sound effects there? Just like that. All right. All right. So we're going to start with 1 here. And really let that exhale out. Let that anger go. An angry gaze. I think this is 10. And 12. Now take a nice deep breath as we clear. Feeling all of that. Leave us that anger. And our last one is shake the back 7 times. So we're going to do this 7 times to eliminate 100 illnesses. And so it helps to circulate the oxygen, it helps to circulate the blood, and it helps to refresh our spirit. And it is our back's going to be bending over, and so that helps our kidneys, our urinary bladder, our liver, our lungs, and even our spleen. So all of these areas, and it's a nice clearing. So what we're going to do is we have our arms really nice and relaxed in front of us with our palms sort of up. And I'm just going to hinge forward, allowing my body to come forward. If you want to bend, you can. I come down to the floor. I inhale up. My arms are relaxed. I keep them by my side. I arch my back, and my arms come out to the side, and my palms are now facing the side. Then I stand upright. My palms come inside. I go up, activating that bubbling springs, and down on my heels. So that's the shaking. We're just eliminating and grounding that energy in our body. So 2, inhaling up, stretching. Oh, I've got a little thing in my back here. So you guys go ahead, arch back as I sort of work this out. Arching back, standing up and bouncing. And then 3, And then this is 6. My earbuds. And last one. And let's do a nice clearing. And then we're going to do just a little bit of cloudy hands to work with our heart. And I want you to visualize that bright red light, sort of like the fire, like that brightness of that fire, filling your heart, filling your body with love and joy and happiness. As we work now with cloudy hands, so we're going to put our left hand by our heart. Or excuse me, yeah, well, I'm mirroring it for you. So anyway, I've got the hand by the heart and the other hand underneath. I'm sinking a little bit here, weight shifting, and I'm turning to my left. And then I'm weight shifting, reversing my hands, filling our heart with love, joy, and happiness, visualizing those clouds. And now we're just going to be silent as you tune into this moving meditation. Slowing it down even more. You guys look great. And we're going to do 3 more on each side. Keeping your arms relaxed, your shoulders dropped. Last one. Bring your hands over your belly, your feet close together, knees soft as we stand in bamboo in the wind, allowing our body to rock and sway like bamboo in the wind or seaweed in the ocean. Tuning into your body after this practice, noticing how your body feels. I'd like to send gratitude to our healthcare workers, our service providers, our essential workers. I'd like to send gratitude for all of those sending light out for social justice, for peace, for our planet. I'd like you to send gratitude to yourself today for being here. I'd like to send gratitude for creating this community, connecting with one another. and connecting with those who might be watching the video. Thank you for being here today. And I'd like to share this goodness with all beings so that all beings may be happy and healthy and know love, and that they may have a safe journey. And that they may reach their highest potential. Shay Shay. Ah.